What if I told you the heart of the Roloff family, the iconic Roloff Farms, may have been sold out in a secret $15 million deal? Caryn Chandler, Matt Roloff's longtime partner, is at the center of shocking claims that she brokered an agreement behind the scenes. Fans are stunned, Matt feels betrayed, and many are asking, was the legacy of little people, big world stolen right out from under him? Today, we're diving into every twist, every rumor, and every consequence of this bombshell. In this video, we'll unpack the whispers surrounding Caryn's alleged $15 million deal, how Matt Roloff reportedly discovered what was happening, and why fans believe the farm's very soul may have been sold off. From the deep history of Roloff Farms to the family's bitter feuds, to what this means for the future of LPBW, nothing is off the table. Buckle up, this is going to be one of the most dramatic updates yet. Roloff Farms has always been more than just property. For fans of little people, big world, it's a symbol of everything the Roloff family stood for: hard work, family bonds, and the unique charm that turned their lives into a television legacy. From pumpkin season traditions to weddings, birthdays, and even tearful goodbyes, the farm has been the backdrop to countless moments that audiences hold dear. To think of that legacy suddenly tied to a secret multi-million-dollar deal? For many, it feels like the heart of the show itself is being ripped out. Whispers began spreading online about a $15 million deal allegedly tied to Caryn Chandler. The claim? That Caryn had a larger role than anyone realized in brokering or influencing an agreement, one that might have taken place without Matt Roloff's full consent or awareness. The sheer figure, $15 million, immediately raised eyebrows. This wasn't just a casual sale. It implied big players, perhaps investors, developers, or corporate interests, were at the table. Why $15 million? For many fans, that number signals more than just market value. It suggests strategic moves, perhaps involving real estate development or commercial ventures that would completely change the fabric of Roloff Farms. Could the pumpkin patch be replaced by a tourist attraction? Could the farm be turned into a sprawling subdivision? Fans' imaginations ran wild, and nearly all of them ended with the same conclusion. This wasn't just business, it was betrayal. Theories began swirling on social media. Some believe Caryn acted out of self-interest, possibly looking to secure financial stability for herself, especially if a relationship with Matt ever faltered. Others speculated it wasn't selfishness at all, that Caryn was being realistic, recognizing that the farm could no longer sustain itself in the way it once did, and that outside money was the only way to preserve it in some form. Still, others questioned whether this was really Caryn's move at all, or whether she was simply being used as a scapegoat for a deal that had been brewing for years. The emotional weight of the rumors cannot be understated. Fans who grew up watching the Roloffs build their empire feel personally tied to the farm's legacy. Selling it to outsiders, especially through what some are calling a backdoor deal, has been described as the sale of the farm's soul. Online threads are filled with heartbroken posts. "This isn't just land, this is history," one fan wrote. Another said, "If Caryn really did this, she sold out the family and she sold out the fans too." The fact that Caryn is at the center of the whispers only makes the situation more volatile. From the moment she transitioned from being a Roloff Farms employee to Matt's girlfriend, she has been a lightning rod for controversy. Some fans have long believed she had too much influence over Matt's decisions, while others defended her as simply supporting the man she loves. Now, with this alleged $15 million deal looming, the debate has reignited, louder and more divided than ever. This wasn't just a potential transfer of land. This was about the Roloff's legacy, the continuation of traditions fans expected to see carried down to Zach, Jeremy, or the grandkids. If Caryn truly played a role in steering the farm into outside hands, then the emotional betrayal cuts deeper than any financial sum could measure. To many, the dollar figure doesn't matter. It's what was lost in the process that hurts the most. Reports suggest Matt only learned about this so-called deal after much of the groundwork had already been laid. Imagine dedicating decades of your life to building something, only to discover that the person closest to you may have had a hand in selling it out from under you. For Matt, this wasn't simply a financial transaction. It was an emotional earthquake. Those who know him describe Roloff Farms as more than just land. It's his life's work, the physical embodiment of his dreams, struggles, and triumphs. Every fence post, every pumpkin patch, every barn built carried Matt's fingerprints. To be blindsided by whispers of a $15 million deal, allegedly orchestrated without his full knowledge, was enough to send shockwaves through his world. Fans imagine the sense of betrayal he must have felt, not only in terms of business, but on a deeply personal level. This alleged realization also introduced a chilling question. Did Caryn truly understand what the farm meant to him? Was she protecting their shared future, or had she crossed an invisible line between partner and adversary? For viewers, this became more than a storyline. It became a test of trust, love, and loyalty. The fallout was immediate. Insiders speculate that conversations between Matt and Caryn grew colder, sharper, more tense. What once seemed like a united front now showed visible cracks. Fans began to wonder if Caryn was capable of handling a deal of this magnitude without Matt's full sign-off. What else might she be keeping from him? And then there's Amy. Some believe this betrayal could have drawn Matt emotionally closer to his ex-wife, who knows firsthand what it's like to feel sidelined in decisions regarding the farm. Amy has long voiced her concern about preserving the Roloff legacy, and now, in light of this alleged betrayal, fans speculate that Matt may finally understand her perspective more than ever before. Could this have been the moment where old wounds found unexpected common ground? Online, discussions exploded with one central question. Has Matt Roloff already lost his legacy? Many pointed out that money can buy land, but it can't buy heritage. Selling to outside parties would mean the end of the Roloff family's connection to the farm, and by extension, to the heart of little people, big world. For fans, the heartbreak wasn't just about watching Matt's potential loss. It was about realizing that what once felt permanent, stable, and rooted in family could crumble because of behind-the-scenes decisions and fractured trust. Whether Matt can recover from this sense of betrayal, both personally and professionally, remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: his relationship with Caryn will never be the same again. The fallout isn't just between Matt and Caryn. It ripples out across the entire Roloff family, reopening old wounds and sparking heated debates among fans. Zach and Tori, who once held on to the dream of raising their children on Roloff Farms, now watch the drama unfold from a distance. For them, the farm represented more than just land. It was a symbol of tradition and continuity. When their negotiations with Matt fell apart, it created a fracture that has never truly healed. Now, with rumors of a $15 million deal circulating, Zach and Tori's decision to distance themselves seems almost prophetic. To many fans, their quiet withdrawal speaks volumes. It's as if they saw this storm coming long before anyone else. Jeremy and Audrey's role in this unfolding saga is equally significant. Years ago, they openly expressed interest in purchasing part of the farm, only to be shut out of negotiations. That moment marked the beginning of a long and complicated feud with Matt. Watching the possibility of Roloff Farms being sold to outside investors, instead of remaining within the family, must feel like history repeating itself, only with even more bitterness attached. For Jeremy, who has built his identity around faith, family, and legacy, this development might feel like a personal loss. For Audrey, who has documented their homestead dreams online, the sting of rejection resurfaces as fans speculate how differently things could have turned out if Matt had chosen to pass the torch to his children rather than outsiders. And then there's Amy Roloff, the matriarch who helped build every corner of that farm alongside Matt during their marriage. Though she sold her share years ago, Amy has always remained emotionally tethered to Roloff Farms. To many, she represents the heart and soul of its history. If Caryn truly played a role in negotiating a deal behind Matt's back, Amy may be experiencing a complex mix of emotions. Vindication that her early warnings about Caryn's influence were justified, but also heartbreak that the farm's legacy might be slipping away from the family entirely. Fans have pointed out that Amy, with her keen intuition, may have seen this coming all along. Some even believe her decision to step back when she did was a way of protecting herself from the very fallout now consuming Matt. The fan base is more divided than ever. Online forums and social media are buzzing with debates. Was Caryn protecting the future or destroying the past? Some argue she acted out of practicality, ensuring financial stability in a world where family farms often struggle to survive. Others see her alleged actions as nothing short of betrayal, a move that erases decades of hard work, tradition, and family heritage. The comments range from fiery accusations to reluctant sympathy, painting a picture of a fandom that is both passionate and fractured. Meanwhile, TLC, the network that turned Roloff Farms into a household name, faces its own dilemma. This potential scandal could either inject new life into Little People, Big World, or serve as its final chapter. On one hand, the drama is compelling, almost tailor-made for reality television. On the other, fans worry that watching the disintegration of Roloff Farms' legacy may be too painful, even for loyal viewers. The question looms, will TLC lean into this storyline for ratings, or will it signal the quiet end of a show that has already weathered nearly 2 decades of highs and lows? As this story winds down, the alleged $15 million deal sits at the center of one of the most controversial moments in Roloff family history. What began as whispers about Caryn Chandler's involvement in behind-the-scenes negotiations has exploded into a storm of speculation. Could Roloff Farms, a place so deeply tied to the family's identity, have been sold off in a way that blindsided even Matt himself? For Matt, the weight of this claim is immeasurable. The farm was never just property. It was his life's work, his legacy, and the foundation of the show that brought the Roloffs into the public eye. If he truly realized too late that the heart of Little People, Big World was slipping through his fingers, fans can only imagine the sense of betrayal and heartbreak. The rest of the Roloff family has been pulled into the fallout as well. Zach and Tori, already distanced from farm life, now face questions about whether they ever could or would return. Jeremy and Audrey's strained history over farm ownership suddenly feels more relevant than ever. And Amy, who once fought for her own independence, may be watching all of this unfold with a mix of sadness and grim recognition. Beyond the family, there's the show itself. TLC's Little People, Big World has weathered many storms, but this could be the one that defines, or ends, its run. Will this alleged $15 million deal become the ultimate storyline, or will it mark the final curtain call for a series that has been part of fans' lives for nearly 2 decades? At the end of the day, Caryn Chandler's alleged $15 million deal casts a shadow over everything the Roloffs have built. Matt may have realized too late that his legacy, the farm, the family dream, the heart of Little People, Big World, might already be slipping away. Whether this story proves to be true or not, one thing is certain: the Roloff family will never be the same again. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.